I knew trouble was coming the second that calendar invite landed, vision alignment session. That's Arizona Corporate Code 4, we're about to reinvent the wheel and run over a few veterans in the process. I'd been with Harlan Defense Solutions in Phoenix for 15 years, through desert dust storms, budget crunches, and 3 rounds of DoD audits. I kept us clean. No DCAA findings, 0 flags. I translated FAR clauses into plain English so engineers could actually follow them. Then Brandon Vance strolled in, founder Richard's son, fresh from Stanford, all perfect teeth and buzzwords. His handshake was limp, his smile rehearsed. In our first leadership meeting he clicked through slides declaring we'd go proactive, automation first. He looked straight at me and said, "No offense, Laura. Your methods are a little analog for where we're headed." They moved me to the front desk the next week. Reception is strategic, Brandon winked. First impressions matter. I smiled, printed my employment contract, and started taking notes. Not out of spite, just habit. 15 years of compliance had taught me one truth: paper trails outlive PowerPoints. The new contract ops team was enthusiastic but clueless. One kid asked if a cure notice was something you sent to sick vendors. Another tried to file a major subcontract modification on a sticky note. I watched from the lobby, answering phones and logging every misstep in my quiet leather notebook. My CPCM certification, the one that legally made me the designated contracting officer on our $340 million prime contract, was due for renewal. Because HR never filed the formal reassignment, my name stayed on every government portal. I could have clicked a renew in 30 seconds. I didn't. The audit morning arrived bright and merciless, 105 degrees outside. I wore my lucky navy blazer and sat at the reception desk like always. Upstairs, panic rippled the moment DCAA auditor Mark Thompson asked for the primary contracting officer's current credentials. Phones rang. Footsteps thundered. Brandon's voice cracked over the intercom, "Laura, conference room. Now." I walked in calm. 6 faces turned, pale under the fluorescent lights. Mark looked up from the binder. "Mrs. Bennett, your certification expired 2 days ago. Per the contract, that triggers immediate suspension unless corrected." Brandon stammered about transitional roles. I opened my laptop, logged into the NCMA portal right there at the table, and renewed my CPCM in front of everyone, for clicks, digital signature, done. Then I slid my notebook across to Mark and quietly walked the team through every shortcut they'd taken, every missing clause, every risk they'd ignored. Mark listened, nodded, and issued a corrective action plan instead of termination. The contract survived, narrowly. Richard Vance called me that evening from his Scottsdale golf cart. "Laura, I failed you. Brandon's off operations effective immediately. He offered me vice president of compliance with a corner office and a raise." I thanked him, but I'd already accepted a senior consulting role with a smaller firm that actually valued steady hands over shiny slides. 2 weeks later I packed my box, shook a few grateful hands, and stepped into the Arizona sun. The lesson I left behind was simple: real progress doesn't replace experience, it builds on it. Innovation without respect is just expensive noise. And sometimes the quietest person at the front desk is the one holding the whole building together.